Test. All of me, why not take all of me? Baby, can't you see I'm no good without you? Take my lips, I wanna lose them. Take my arms, I'll never use them. Your goodbye, leave me with eyes that cry. Tell me, how can I go on, dear, without you? You took the part that once was my heart, so why not take all of me? All of me, why not take all of me? Baby, can't you see I'm no good without you? Take my lips, I wanna lose them. Take my arms, I'll never use them. Your goodbye, leave me with eyes that cry. Tell me, how can I go on, dear, without you? You took the part that once was my heart, so why not take all of me? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. goodness. It's fine. I'll just start. All right. 1, 2, 1. The autumn leaves drift by my window. The falling leaves of red and gold. I see your lips, the summer kisses, the sunburned hands I used to hold. Since you went away, my days go long, and soon I'll hear old winter song. But I'll miss you most of all, my darling, when autumn leaves start to fall. The autumn leaves drift by my window, the falling leaves of red and gold. I see your lips, the summer kisses, the sunburned hands I used to hold. Since you went away, my days grow long, and soon I'll hear a winter song. But I'll miss you most of all, my darling, when autumn leaves start to fall. When autumn leaves start to fall. When autumn leaves start to fall. Fly me to the moon and let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on a Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, darling, kiss me. Fill my heart with song and let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you. Fly me to the moon and let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on a Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, darling, kiss me. Fill my heart with song and let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you. My heart is sad and lonely. For you I sigh, for you only. Why haven't you seen it? I'm all for you, body and soul. I spend my days in longing. I'm wondering why it's me you're wronging. I tell you, I mean it. I'm all for you, body and soul. I can't believe it. It's hard to conceive it that you'd give away romance. Are you pretending it looks like the ending? If I could have one more chance to prove, dear, my life a wreck you're making. You know I'm yours for just the taking. I'd gladly surrender my soul to you, body and soul. My heart is sad and lonely. For you I sigh, for you dear only. Why haven't you seen it? I'm all for you, body and soul. All of me, why not take all of me? Baby, can't you see I'm no good without you? Take my lips, I wanna lose them. Take my arms, I'll never use them. Your goodbye, leave me with eyes that cry. Tell me, how can I go on, dear, without you? You took the part that once was my heart, so why not take all of me? All of me, why not take all of me? Baby, can't you see I'm no good without you? Take my lips, I wanna lose them. Take my arms, I'll never use them. Your goodbye, leave me with eyes that cry. Tell me, how can I go on, dear, without you? You took the part that once was my heart, so why not take all of me?
Actors standing by. 5, 4.
That was the RCA Orchestra, and now here is the Man in Black.
Suspense. This is the Man in Black, here to introduce Columbia's program, Suspense. Tonight, we bring you Miss Missy Campbell and the study in fear called Sorry Wrong Number. If you've been with us before, you know that suspense is compounded of mystery and suspicion and dangerous adventure. These are tales calculated to intrigue you, to stir your nerves, to offer you a precarious situation, and then withhold the solution until the last possible moment. And so we feel sure that Sorry Wrong Number will satisfy your craving for terror and again keep you in suspense.
Be fine. Oh dear.
Your call, please.
Operator, I've been dialing Mary Hill 70093 for the last 3/4 of an hour, and the line is always busy. I don't see how it could be busy for that long. Will you try it for me, please?
I'll be glad to try that number for you. One moment, please.
It's my husband's office. He's working late, and I'm all alone here in the house. My health is very poor.
Ring Murray Hill 70093.
Hello?
Hello? Hello? Is Mr. Stevenson there?
Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Hello, George?
Yes, sir. This is George speaking.
I'm here with our client.
Oh, good. Is everything okay? Is the close clear for tonight?
Yes.
Okay, okay.
Where are you now?
In a phone booth. Don't worry. Everything's okay.
Very well. You know the address?
Yeah, I know. At 11 o'clock. The private patrolman goes around to the bar on 2nd Avenue for a beer.
That's right. At 11 o'clock.
I will make sure that the lights downstairs are out.
There should be only one light on, visible from the street.
Yeah, I know. At 11:15, a train crosses a bridge. It makes a noise in case her window's open, and she should scream.
Oh, hello? What number is this, please?
You remember everything else, George?
Yeah, and make it quick. As little blood as possible. Because our client does not wish to make her suffer long.
That's right. You'll use a knife?
Yes, a knife will be okay. And afterwards, I remove the rings and bracelets and the jewelry in the baby drawer because our client wishes it to look like a simple robbery. Don't worry, everything's okay. I never make...
Oh, awful. How unspeakably awful. Operator, come on, pick up.
Your call, please.
Operator, I've just been cut off.
I'm sorry, what number were you calling?
It was supposed to be Murray Hill 70093, but it wasn't. Some wires must have crossed. I was cut into a wrong number, and I just heard the most dreadful thing. Something about a murder. And operator, you simply have to trace that call at once.
I beg your pardon. May I help you?
It was a wrong number. And these two men were cold-blooded fiends. And they were going to murder somebody, some poor innocent woman who's all alone in a house near a bridge. And we've got to stop them. We've got to.
What number were you calling, please?
Well, that doesn't matter. We've got to find out.
What number did you call?
Why are you so stupid?
I'll connect you with the chief operator.
Oh, I think it's perfectly shameful. Look, I told you to try Murray Hill 70093, but your finger must have slipped and I was connected with some other number. I could hear them, but they couldn't hear me. Now, I simply fail to see why you couldn't make that same mistake again on purpose, why you couldn't try to dial Murray Hill 70093 in the same sort of careless way.
Murray Hill 70093?
Yes.
I'll try to get it for you.
Well, thank you.
I'm sorry. Murray Hill 70093 is busy. I'll call you in 20 minutes.
Operator!
What number are you calling?
Can't you for once forget what number I'm calling and do something for me? Trace that call. It's my civic duty and it's your civic duty to apprehend those dangerous killers. And if you won't,
I'll connect you with the chief operator.
please. Oh dear.
This is the chief operator.
Oh, chief operator, I want you to trace the call immediately. I don't know where it came from or who was making it, but it's absolutely necessary that it be tracked down because it was about a murder, a terrible, cold-blooded murder of a poor innocent woman tonight at 11:15.
I see.
Well, can you trace it for me? Can you track down those men?
I'm not certain. It depends.
On what?
If it's a live call, we can trace on the equipment. If it's been disconnected, we can't.
Disconnected?
If the parties have stopped talking to each other,
Oh, but of course they stopped talking to each other by now. That was at least 5 minutes ago, and they didn't seem like the type who would make a long call.
well, I can try tracing it. May I have your name, please?
Mrs. Stevenson, Mrs. Albert Stevenson. But listen,
And your telephone number, please?
Plaza 42295.
Why do you want this call to be traced, please?
What? Something ought to be done. These men are going to murder a woman at 11:15 tonight, and I thought the police ought to know.
Have you reported this to the police?
Well, no, not yet.
You want this call checked purely as a private individual.
Yes, but meanwhile,
I'm sorry, Mrs. Stevenson, we can't do that. We'd have to have something more official.
oh, for heaven's sake, that's idiotic. Well, fine. All right, I'll call the police.
Thank you. I'm sure that would be the best way to...
Ugh. Ridiculous. Perfectly ridiculous. The thought of it. I can't see why I have to go through all this trouble. Oh,
Your call, please.
the police department. Get me the police department. Please.
Thank you.
Oh, dear. Do you have to dial? Can't you ring them direct?
Ringing the police department.
Freaking annoying.
Police station, precinct 43, Sergeant Martin speaking.
Police department? This is Mrs. Stevenson. Mrs. Albert Stevenson of 53 North Sutton Place. I'm calling up to report a murder. I mean, the murder hasn't been committed yet, but I just overheard the plans for it over the telephone, over a wrong number that the operator gave me. I've been trying to trace that call down myself, but everyone is so stupid.
Yes, ma'am.
I heard their plans distinctly. 2 men were going to murder some woman at 11:15 tonight in a house near a bridge. Are you listening to me?
Yes, ma'am.
And there was a private patrolman on the street. He was going to go around for some beer on 2nd Avenue. And there was some third man, a client who was paying to have this poor woman murdered. They were going to take her rings and bracelet and use a knife. Well, it's unnerved me dreadfully. And I'm not well.
I see. When was all this, ma'am?
About 8 minutes ago.
What is your name, ma'am?
Mrs. Stevenson, Mrs. Albert Stevenson.
And your address?
53 North Sutton Place. 53 North Sutton Place. That's near a bridge, the Queen Sparrow Bridge, and we have a private patrolman on our street and 2nd Avenue.
And what was the number you were calling?
Murray Hill 70093. But that wasn't the number I overheard. That's my husband's office. He's working late, and I was trying to reach him to come home. I'm an invalid, you know? And it's the maid's night off, and I hate to be alone, even though he says I'm perfectly safe as long as I have the telephone right beside my bed.
Well, we'll look into it, Mrs. Stevenson. And I can see if we could check with the telephone company.
But the telephone company said they couldn't check the call if the parties have stopped talking. I've already taken care of that.
Oh, you have?
Yes. How good does checking the call do if they stop talking? By the time you've tracked it down, they've already committed the murder.
Well, we'll take care of it. Don't you worry.
The whole thing calls for a search, a complete and thorough search of the whole city. Now, I'm very near a bridge, and I'm not far away from 2nd Avenue, and I'd feel better if you send around a radio car to this neighborhood at once.
And what makes you think the murder is going to be committed in your neighborhood, ma'am?
I don't know. Only the coincidence is so horrible.
2nd Avenue is a very long street, ma'am. And you know how many bridges there are in the city of New York alone?
Yes, I know.
Not to mention Brooklyn, Staten Island, Queens, and the Bronx.
I know that.
How do you know there isn't some little house on Staten Island on some little 2nd Avenue you never even heard about? How do you even know they're talking about New York at all?
But I heard it on the New York dialing system.
Telephones are a funny thing.
Don't you dare.
A lot of murders are plotted in the city every day, ma'am. We manage to prevent almost all of them.
But
Unless, of course, you have some reason for thinking that someone may be planning to murder you.
me? Oh, no. I hardly think so. I mean, why should anybody? I'm alone all day and night. I see nobody except my maid, Eloise, and she's a big girl. She weighs 200 pounds. She's too lazy to bring up my breakfast tray, and the only other person is my husband, Albert. He's crazy about me, just adores me, waits on me hand and foot. He's scarcely left my side since I took sick, 12 years ago.
Then there is nothing to worry about. We'll take care of it.
But what will you do? It's nearly 11 now.
Lady, I said we take care of it. Now, good night.
You! Idiot! Why doesn't Albert come home? Why doesn't he? Why?
Your call, please.
Operator, for heaven's sake, will you ring that Murray Hill 70093 number again?
I will try it for you.
Well, try. I don't see why he doesn't answer it.
I'm sorry. Murray Hill 70093 is busy. I will.
I can hear it. You don't have to tell me. I know it's busy. If only I could get out of this bed for a while, and if I could get a breath of fresh air, just lean out the window, see the street. Hello? Albert? Hello? What's the matter with this phone? Hello? Oh, for heaven's sake. Who is this? Hello? Why doesn't she answer?
Your call, please.
Hello, operator. I don't know what's the matter with this phone tonight, but it's positively driving me crazy.
What seems to be the trouble, please?
Well, everything. I haven't had one bit of satisfaction out of one call I've made this evening. This whole world could be murdered for all you people care, and now my phone keeps ringing every 5 seconds, and when I pick it up, there's no one there.
I'm sorry. If you will hang up, I will test it for you.
I didn't want you to test it for me. I want you to put that call through whatever it is at once.
I'm afraid I cannot do that.
You can't? And why, may I ask?
The dial system is automatic.
Ugh.
If someone is trying to dial your number, there is no way to check it if the call is coming through the system or not, unless the person who's trying to reach you complains to his particular operator.
Well, all of this is stupid.
I will try to check the trouble for you.
Check it. That's all anybody can do. Oh, what's the use of talking to you? You're so stupid. Oh, I'll fix her. Of all the impudence. How dare she talk to me like that? How dare she? Why does it take so long?
Your call, please.
Young woman, I don't know your name, but there are many ways of finding you out. And I'm going to report you to your superiors for the most unpardonable rudeness and insolence as ever been my privilege. Give me the business office at once.
You may dial that number direct.
Dial it direct? I'll do no such thing. I don't even know the number.
The number is in the directory, or you may secure it by dialing information.
Listen here, you. Oh, what's the use? Oh, dear. Oh, for heaven's sake. I'm going out of my mind. Out of my... Hello? Stop ringing me. Do you hear? Answer me. Who is this? You're driving me crazy. Who's calling? Why are you doing this? Now stop it. Hello? If you don't stop ringing me, I'm going to call the police. Do you hear? The police! Oh, if only Albert would come home. Oh, let it ring. Let it go on ringing. It's some trick of some kind. I won't answer it. I won't. Even if it goes on ringing all night. Now? Now, what's the matter? Why did they stop ringing all of a sudden? Oh, what time is it? Where did I put that clock? Oh, here it is. 5 to 11. Oh, they've decided something. They're sure I'm home. They've heard my voice. That's why they've been ringing me. Why no one has answered me. I'll call the operator again. Oh, where is she? Why doesn't she answer?
Your call, please.
Give me the police department.
The line is busy.
Busy? But that's impossible. The police department can't be busy.
I will try to get them for you later.
No. I've got to speak to them now. I've got to talk to someone.
What number do you wish to speak to?
I don't know, but there must be someone to protect people besides the police department. A detective agency.
You will find agencies listed in the classified directory.
But I don't have a classified.
I'll connect you with information.
No! Oh, you're being spiteful. You don't care what happens to me. I could die and you wouldn't even care. Oh, stop it! I can't stand it anymore. Hello? What do you want? Stop ringing! Will you stop it?
Hello, is this Plaza 42295?
Yes. I'm sorry. This is Plaza. This is Plaza 42295.
This is Western Union. I have a telegram here from Miss Albert Stevenson. Is there anyone there to receive this message?
I'm Mrs. Albert Stevenson.
The telegram is as follows. Miss Albert Stevenson, 53 North Sutton Place, New York, New York. Darling, terribly sorry. Tried to get to you for last hour, but line busy. Leaving for Boston 11 p.m. tonight on urgent business. Back tomorrow afternoon. Keep happy. Loved. Signed, Albert.
Oh, no.
Do you wish for me to deliver a copy of this message?
No, thank you.
Thank you, madam. Good night.
Good night. Oh no, I don't believe it. He couldn't do it. Not when he knows I'm all alone. Some fiendish trick. Some trick. Why doesn't she?
Your call, please.
Operator, try that Murray Hill 70093 number for me. Just once more, please.
You may dial that number direct.
Oh. Okay. 70093. Got it. Okay. No. He's gone. Oh, Albert. How could you? I can't be alone tonight. I'll go mad. I don't care what the expense is. I'm a sick woman. I'm entitled.
Information, may I help you?
I want the telephone number of Hensley Hospital.
Hensley Hospital? You have the street address?
No. It's somewhere in the 17th. It's a very small, private and exclusive hospital where I had my appendix out 2 years ago. Hensley, Henc.
1 moment, please.
Please hurry. And please, what's the time?
You may find out the time by dialing Meriden 71212.
For heaven's sake, I have no time to be dialing.
The number of Hensley Hospital is Butterfield 70105.
Butterfield 70105. Okay. 70105. Okay.
Hensley Hospital, good evening.
Nurses registry.
Who is it you wish to speak to, please?
I want to hire a trained nurse immediately for the night.
I see. And what is the nature of this case, madam?
Nerves. I'm very nervous. I need soothing, companionship. You see, my husband is away, and I'm...
Have you been recommended to us by any doctor in particular, madam?
No, but I just want a trained nurse. And after all, I do expect to pay.
We quite understand that, madam, but these are war times, you know.
Well, I need it.
Registered nurses are very scarce just now and cannot be sent unless the physician in charge feels that it is absolutely necessary.
Well, it is absolutely necessary. I'm sick. I'm upset. I am alone in this house, and I'm an invalid. And if someone doesn't come at once, I'm afraid I'll go out of my mind.
I see. Well, I'll speak to Miss Phillips as soon as she comes in. And what is your name, madam?
Mrs. Phillips? And when do you expect her in?
Well, I really couldn't say. She went out to supper at 11 o'clock.
11 o'clock? It's not even 11 yet. Oh, my clock just stopped. I thought it was running down. What time is it?
Just 15 minutes past 11.
What was that? What was that?
What was what, madam?
That click. That clicked just now in my telephone. I thought if someone had lifted the receiver off and hooked the extension of the telephone downstairs.
Well, I didn't hear it, madam. Now about
But I
this.
did. There's someone in this house. Someone downstairs in the kitchen. And they're listening to me now. I won't pick up. I won't let them hear me. I'll be quiet. And they'll think, oh, if I call someone out there, they'll still think I'm down here. There'll be no time. Operator, come on.
Your call, please.
Operator, I'm in desperate trouble.
I'm sorry, I cannot hear you. Please speak louder.
I don't dare. There's someone listening. Can you hear me now?
I'm sorry.
You've got to hear me. Oh, please, you've got to help me. There's someone in this house. Someone who's going to murder me, and you've got to get in touch with... Oh, there it is. There it is. Did you hear it? He's put it down. He's put down the extension phone. He's coming up. He's coming up the stairs. Give me the police department. The police department. Police department, give it to me.
One moment, please. I'll connect you.
I can hear him. He's near. Oh, I hear him. Hurry, hurry, hurry.
Police Department, Sergeant Martin speaking. Police Department, Sergeant Martin speaking. Police Department.
Police department. Oh, sorry. Must have gotten the wrong number. Don't worry. Everything's okay.
And so closes Sorry Wrong Number, tonight's tale of suspense. This is your narrator, the Man in Black, who conveys to you Columbia's invitation to spend this half hour with us again next Saturday, when we'll return with another tale of mystery, intrigue, and dangerous adventure calculated to keep you in suspense.
This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
You must take the A train to go to Sugar Hill way up in Harlem. If you miss the A train, you'll find you miss the quickest way to Harlem. Hurry, get on now, it's coming. Listen to those rails a thrumming. All aboard, get on the A train. Soon you'll find the Sugar Hill in Harlem. You must take the A train to College Hill way up in Harlem. If you miss the A train, you'll find it's the quickest way to Harlem. Hurry, get on now, it's coming. Listen to those girls are coming. Oh, boy, get on the A train. Soon you will be at the girl in Harlem. Somewhere there's music, how faint the tune. Somewhere there is heaven, how high the moon. There is no moon above when love is far away too. Till it comes true that you love me as I love you. Somewhere there's music, how near, how far. Somewhere there is heaven, it's where you are. The darkest night would shine if you would come to me soon. Until you will hold still know how high the moon. Somewhere there's music, how faint the tune. Somewhere there is heaven, how high the moon. There is no moon above when love is far away too. 'cause I love you. Somewhere there's music, how near, how far. Somewhere there is heaven, it's where you are. The darkest light would shine if you would come to be soothed. Until you will hold still my heart, how high the moon.
Colgate Dental Cream. To clean your breath while you clean your teeth and help stop tooth decay. And Luster Cream Shampoo for soft, glamorous, caressable hair. Bring your Armor's Book starring Mariah Coates. And that was RCA Orchestra. It's time once again for another episode of Our Miss Brooks. As you know, Miss Connie Brooks teaches English at Madison High School. Let's listen as she discusses her Christmas vacation with her landlady at breakfast.
I guess vacations are necessary sometimes, Connie. But now I suppose you're looking forward to returning to dear old Madison High with a considerable enthusiasm.
Yes, indeed, Mrs. Davis. With all the enthusiasm of a sailor returning to his dear old submarine after a 2-week vacation on Bali Bali.
You'll get back into the swing in no time. Is that student of yours, Walter Denton, picking you up this morning?
Yes, he is. And I hope he's on time. Our beloved principal has designated today as Board of Education Day.
Oh, what sort of ceremony is Mr. Conklin planning?
Well, Mr. Stone, the head of the board, is coming, and Mr. Conklin wants to host school there. Some of the students will even march past Mr. Stone carrying the flag.
Well, it can't do any harm, Connie. The board might decide to give you teachers a raise in this coming year.
I hope so. I'll get it. I'll be right there.
I'll take the dishes into the kitchen.
All right, Mrs. Davis, and thanks for the breakfast. Good morning, Walter.
It's more than that, Miss Brooks. This is the morning when the glorious gates of learning fling open anew, with the tantalizing aroma of chalk and pencil shavings beckons us all, teachers and pupil alike, to join hands amidst the clanging of bells, come gaily skipping back to the black hole of Calcutta.
Why, Walter? I didn't know you had it in you, and I wish you'd put it back. Did you have a nice vacation?
Yeah, until last night. Mr. Conklin ruined it by ordering me to write an editorial for the Madison Monitor on what the Board of Education means to me.
Did you write it?
Sure. You know what a tyrant old marblehead, Mr. Conklin is, but as a believer in the freedom of the press, I really gave the Board of Education both barrels.
Walter, this is a new year. Don't you think one barrel would have been enough?
Giving us Monday off after New Year's Day and then making us go to school Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday is downright sadistic.
Well, it's better than not having Monday off, isn't it?
Sure, but it's not as good as having the rest of the week off, too.
Well, I'm with you there, Walter. It would be nice if they gave us February and March off, but that isn't the way the board works.
Sometimes I doubt if they work at all. But it's all in this editorial, Miss Brooks. Here, I told Mr. Conklin you'd proofread it and bring it into his office this morning.
Me?
Well, sure. You're faculty advisor to the paper. Don't be nervous. Just toss it on his desk.
Only if you agree to do something for me.
What's that, Miss Brooks?
Notify my next of kin. Look, Walter, Mr. Conklin wants to start off the year with some spirit of cooperation. You better destroy this literary Frankenstein.
Oh, I couldn't do that, Miss Brooks, but I'll think it over on the way to school.
Fine. I'll just get on my coat.
Swell. My pal Stretch is out waiting in the car, and he's pretty depressed.
What's the matter?
Oh, you know what a great athlete Stretch is. He can pick up any sport in a second, but he can't seem to absorb much with his brain. He's afraid that during the holidays he forgot everything he learned all term.
You mean the alphabet?
Go ahead, Stretch. Talk to Miss Brooks.
Hi, Stretch. What's wrong?
Everything.
Well, that narrows it down.
Everything at school, Miss Brooks. You see, I gotta stay eligible for basketball, but Mr. Boynton is giving a biology test soon. And I forgot so much during vacation. I'm afraid I'm just not no good at no biology no more.
Stretch, it is incorrect to use a double negative in a sentence. You just use 4 of them.
Oh, then what I said was okay. Oh, gee, I'm sure glad I didn't forget none of my English. Like I forgot my animals. Gosh, I used to know my animals like I know my A, B,
C's. I was right about the alphabet.
Go on, Stretch. Tell Miss Brooks some more about the test.
Well, I gotta know the names of different kinds of birds, but I forgot.
Don't worry, Stretch. I can help you study after school.
Oh, that'd be keen, Miss Brooks. Gosh, I bet the birds know each other's names.
I've summoned you to my office, Miss Brooks, to inform you of the fact that at 1 o'clock, Mr. Stone is due to arrive. So promptly at 12:55, the students and faculty will line up outside between the old cannon and the flagpole.
Yes, sir.
Then I will greet Mr. Stone and read aloud the editorial, which is to appear in the next issue of the Madison Monitor.
Oh, the editorial.
I am not finished, Mr. Brooks. The editorial is to be called What the Board of Education Means to Me and was written by Walter Denton. Now, as you know, I am not overtly fond of young Denton, but as my daughter Harriet pointed out to me, he does get off some good editorials.
He does get off some pips, but Mr. Conklin, I don't...
He said you'd proofread and deliver it, Miss Brooks. May I have it, please?
Mr. Conklin? He lost it.
Lost it?
On the way to school. You should write it yourself.
Me?
You're a master of the editorial form.
Well, I do have a way with words, I suppose. Yes. Yes, I'll draft a speech and I'll send it to you at lunchtime, Miss Brooks, for proofreading. Not that you'll find any grammatical errors, of course.
Oh, of course not.
Oh, I'd like something exciting for the conclusion of the ceremony. Any suggestions?
Well, you say we're lining up between the cannon and the flagpole?
That is correct.
Huh? Well, how about we shoot Walter Denton out of the cannon?
Our Miss Brooks, starring Mariah Coates, will continue in just a moment. But first, here is Cariella Borchetta.
Now prove that brushing teeth right after eating with Colgate Dental Cream helps stop tooth decay before it starts. Eminent dental authorities studied hundreds of college men and women for over 2 years. One group always brushed their teeth with Colgate, the other didn't. The group using Colgate Dental Cream as directed showed a startling reduction in the average number of cavities and far less tooth decay. The other group developed cavities at a much higher rate. Modern research shows that decay is caused by mouth acids, which are at their worst right after eating. Yes, brushing teeth with Colgate helps remove acids before they harm enamel. And Colgate has an exclusive patent ingredient for effective daily dental care. So remember, always use Colgate to help stop tooth decay.
Well, all during my morning classes, I waited for Mr. Conklin's epic essay. But when the epic didn't arrive at noon, I decided to expose myself to a luncheon invitation from Mr. Boynton. As I hurried to the biology lab, I was intercepted by Stretch Snodgrass.
Excuse me, Miss Brooks, but can I see you for a minute?
Sure. What's new?
Mr. Conklin appointed me messenger of the day. That means I'm supposed to deliver messages.
Very astute.
Mr. Conklin told me to deliver his Board of Education speech to you.
And?
I ain't got it.
I haven't got it.
Oh, I know you ain't got it. I'm supposed to give it to you.
Well, why ain't you got it?
He didn't give it to me yet.
One of us is getting nowhere in my English class. Now, if you excuse me, Stretch.
Oh, sure, Miss Brooks.
Just leave the speech in Mr. Boynton's lab as soon as Mr. Conklin gives it to you.
Come in. Well, it's Miss Brooks. I'll be with you in just a minute. I've been trying to correct this biology test paper. It's an essay.
Oh?
I can hardly make out the name of... The writing is so illegible. Let's see. Could it be Snodgrass?
What's the title of the essay?
A man's best friend is his birds.
It's Snodgrass, all right.
Listen to this. Love birds is very nice pets, as they don't never bother nobody. Hardly. But it's all the time busy making love. Isn't that terrible?
Sounds pretty good to me. Oh, you mean the grammar. Yes, it's pretty bad.
And here's another paragraph. Some birds, like the titmouse, is only found in one climate, but great are found all over the world. Ornithologists will spend hours looking at great, and most birders like to have garden parties and show off their... Most people never forgot the first time they see great.
Let's go to lunch.
Very well, Miss Brooks. I hope we run into Walter Denton in the cafeteria. These papers must have fallen out of his briefcase this morning. I'd like to return them. Seems to be an editorial for the school paper.
Oh, let's see. What the Board of Education Means to Me by Walter Denton. I'm glad you discovered this. As faculty advisor to the paper, Mr. Conklin will hold me responsible for the most embarrassing incident that ever happened in Madison.
Really? What's in the editorial?
Just a pint or two of Walter's spleen. It's a blast to the board, which I'm going to tear up right now.
Miss Brooks, just a minute. Look what you've done. You've torn up Stretch's essay along with the other one.
Oops, I'm starved. Let's go.
Miss Brooks, Mr. Boynton? Guess they went to lunch. Well, I'll just leave Mr. Conklin's speech on the desk. And,
Hiya, Stretch. Have you heard about the ceremonies we're gonna have?
Yeah, Walter, Mr. Stone's coming down, and we all got to line up and greet him.
And boy, is he gonna get a greeting. I'm cooking some powder down in the chem lab that I'm gonna put in the back of the old cannon. And when Mr. Stone gets here, we'll give him a salute that'll hear till he's 90.
Gosh, do you think Mr. Conklin will like that?
He doesn't know about it yet. What's this on the desk here? Oh, what the Board of Education means to me. Say that's the editorial I lost this morning. Gee, I'm glad I found it. Miss Brooks was right. This could get me in a lot of trouble.
But Walter...
This thing is dynamite. I'm gonna tear it up right now.
But there's something I have to tell you.
In a minute. Now, what is it, Stretch?
That wasn't your editorial you just tore up.
It wasn't?
No, it was a speech that Mr. Conklin's been sweating out all morning.
Huh?
Yeah, he told me to give it to Miss Brooks, but don't worry, Walter. I'm very good at jigsaw puzzles. I'll just pick the pieces out of the wastebasket and paste them together again.
I'd better help you. Oh, no, the chem powder. I've got powder cooking.
You better get back there, Walter. This will be easy for me to do. Honest. You go on back and make some real good explosives. Liven the place up a bit.
Yeah, I guess I'd better, Stretch. But whatever you do, get that speech pasted together fast.
Okay, pal. Let's see. There's more papers in this basket than I thought. Well, here's one piece that fits to another. No, it does. Well, it'll be good enough.
Walter? Walter Netson?
Oh, yes, Miss Brooks?
Have you seen Stretch anywhere? I've looked all over the grounds for him. Walter, what are you doing with that cannon?
Cannon? Oh, I'm just polishing it, Miss Brooks. Want everything to look spick and span for when Mr. Stone gets here.
Well, you better not get here until Stretch shows up on Mr. Conklin's speech. I don't know what he'll do if I don't.
Ah, there you are, Mr. Brooks. Have you finished checking my speech?
Not really, Mr. Conklin.
What do you mean, not really?
I haven't begun. That is. I haven't begun to enjoy anything as much as I did with that speech of yours. Stretch is carrying it for me.
Excuse me, Miss Brooks, but here's your speech.
Nice timing, Stretch. See, Mr. Conklin, here's your speech.
Not a minute too soon. I think that's Mr. Stone's car driving up right now. Attention, everyone. Straighten out those lines. That's right. Now, Miss Brooks, you'll be standing to my left, and I'll stand here by the cannon.
Get a little closer to the cannon, Mr. Conklin. You look stunning together.
Quiet, Denton. Now, remember, when Mr. Stone steps out of the car, I'll count to 3, and we'll all salute him.
I certainly will.
Right now. 1, 2.
Walter! What on earth did you put in that cannon?
It was just a sort of giant firecracker, Miss Brooks. Wasn't it, Keen?
Would somebody help me?
Of course, Mr. Conklin. Luckily, that wasn't Mr. Stone's car after all.
What?
I said that wasn't Mr. Stone's car.
Don't stand there flapping your lips. Say something.
He can't hear a word you're saying. He was standing so close to the cannon, it must have plugged up his ears.
Oh, no. This is terrible, Walter.
What's that? What did you say?
We've got to get him into his office. He seems stunned.
Come on, gang. 3 cheers for Mr. Conklin.
Yay,
Mr. Conklin. Yay, Mr. Conklin. Yay, Mr. Conklin.
Why is everyone so quiet?
Poor Mr. Conklin.
Oh gosh, Miss Brooks. You don't think Daddy's hearing will be permanently impaired, do you?
Of course not, Harriet. This is just a temporary condition. Shall I say, come in, Mr. Conklin?
Hey, what's that?
Come in.
Hiya, Miss Brooks. How's Mr. Conklin's hearing?
Very bad, Walter.
Good. We're going to shoot off the cannon again.
But, Walter...
that was Denton, wasn't it? Did he have anything to do with that explosion by the cannon?
Oh, I'm sure he didn't, Daddy. I say, I'm sure he didn't, Daddy.
That's right, Mr. Conklin. It just exploded.
Certainly it did corroded. I don't understand what happened. That cannon hasn't worked in years. Come in.
Oh, Daddy.
Harriet, please tell Walter to stop that racket at once.
Okay, Miss Brooks, but you'll stay with Daddy, won't you?
Certainly. And don't worry about him, Harriet. He's not in any pain.
All right, Miss Brooks. See you later, Daddy.
Oh, we're up. Miss Brooks, when Mr. Stone does get here, I don't want him to know that there was anything wrong with me or with my hearing or anything else. If he suspected that a cannon had exploded on school property, he'd go back to the board in a tizzy.
I understand, Mr. Conklin. And in view of your condition, I think it might be a good idea if I were to read your speech to him.
In view of my condition, it might be a good idea if you were to read my speech to him.
Quiet and echo in here.
Now, remember to read the speech slowly, Miss Brooks. And so when I see your lips stop moving, I'll make some appropriate comment from time to time.
Come in. Well, it's Mr. Stone.
How do you do, Miss Brooks? Sorry, I'm late, Osgood. It was avoidable.
Thank you, Mr. Stone, and Happy New Year to you too.
I beg your pardon?
Mr. Conklin's a little confused. Mr. Stone, it isn't every day that such a distinguished gentleman honors your institution with a visit.
Well, that's very gracious, Miss Brooks.
The speech, Miss Brooks, the speech.
Yes, sir. Mr. Conklin has prepared a little speech, which I'll read to you now.
You? But why don't you read it yourself, Osgood?
You see, Mr. Stone, he's so choked up with emotion, he's speechless. However, I have it right here. It's entitled, What the Board of Education Means to Me. Few people realize the magnificent efficiency with which our Board of Education functions. This august body is composed of a group of able members called dodos because they is so stupid.
What?
Every word of this comes from the bottom of my heart. Read on, Miss Brooks.
I don't know whether I should.
I insist that you do.
Oh, well. The members of the Board of Education make very nice pets as they don't never bother nobody, but is all the time busy making love.
What is the meaning of this?
Right from the bottom of my heart.
Now, see here, Conklin. If this is some sort of joke, I don't like it. Not one bit.
Oh, you're too kind, Mr. Stone. Hand me the last page, Miss Brooks.
But, Mr. Conklin, I want
to... give it here. Give it here. To sum up, I would like to read what I have written in the last paragraph. To wit, having observed Mr. Stone's educational methods, I'm convinced that his outstanding talent is his ability to stop his big blue feet to attract female boobies. Believe me, Mr. Stone, these sentiments are dictated by female what?
This man has obviously taken leave of his senses.
But, sir, if you let me explain.
This matter will be thoroughly investigated. Good day, Miss Brooks.
Miss Brooks, this isn't the speech that I wrote.
I know that now, Mr. Conklin, but I didn't...
I hold you responsible for this entire fiasco. And believe me, Miss Brooks, you have no idea how severe your punishment is going to be.
Oh, yes, I have, Mr. Conklin.
Miss Brooks, where are you going?
Out to catch a couple of cuckoos. These birds can cause quite environmental damage in quite an explosive way.
Our Miss Brooks returns in just a moment. But first...
Tonight? Yes, tonight. Show them how much lovelier your hair can look after a Luster Cream shampoo. Luster Cream, world's finest shampoo. No other shampoo in the world has the lustrous blend of secret ingredients, plus gentle lanolin. Not soap, not liquid. Luster Cream shampoo leaves hair 3 ways lovelier, fragrantly clean, free of loose dandruff, glistening with sheen, soft, manageable, even in hardest water. Luster Cream rattles instantly. No special rinse needed after a Luster Cream shampoo. So gentle, Luster Cream is good for even children's hair. Tonight, yes, tonight, try Luster Cream shampoo.
And now, once again, here is our Miss Brooks.
Well, even after he read the written confession from Walter and Stretch, Mr. Conklin still blamed me for everything and ordered me to write a brand new speech for him that same afternoon. I wouldn't have minded that so much, but it meant breaking one of my rare dates with Mr. Boynton. I was complaining about it as we walked down the hall after school.
It does sound unfair, Miss Brooks, but after all, Mr. Conklin's the boss. What can you do about it?
Well, I could go into his office and tell him off, I suppose, but that wouldn't do any good either. He can't hear a word. Wait a minute. Maybe these are ideal conditions. A chance to say all the things I've ever wanted to say, Mr. Conklin, right to his face.
Well, do you think that's wise, Miss Brooks?
I don't know how wise it is, but it would certainly do my little heart good.
Excuse me, Miss Brooks. I've got to take this aspirin into Daddy.
Oh, let me take it, Harriet. There's something I'd like to say to him.
He's still pretty upset, Miss Brooks. Maybe I'd better see him alone first.
All right, Harriet.
Here's your aspirin, Daddy, and a glass of water. See? Water. Drink.
Stop gibbering, girl. All right? Can hear you distinctly.
You can?
Yes, it happened just a moment ago. My head's cleared and I'm hearing perfectly normal.
How wonderful. Oh, Daddy, Miss Brooks is waiting to see you. May I send her in?
Very well.
Daddy will see you now, Miss Brooks.
Oh, goody.
See you tomorrow.
All right, Harriet.
Well, Miss Brooks?
I just wanted to talk to you about me having to stay in this afternoon. You inconsiderate, maladjusted, subhuman tyrant.
What?
I've got some things to tell you that I've been saving up for years. And it's going to be a great pleasure to coo them in your dainty, plugged up ears.
How did that go again?
Of all the puffed up, overstuffed, pompous windbags I've ever met, you take the cake, Marblehead. Rather than try to talk some sense to the addle-pated mule brain of yours, I'll do the work this afternoon. Does that make you happy, you beady-eyed, beetle-brown old buzzard?
Yes, Miss Brooks. That makes me very happy.
Good. And now I just want to say, boy, you can hear.
Yes, from the moment you entered the office, you'll be pleased to know that this overstuffed windbag has absorbed your every word. You realize, of course, Miss Brooks, that any chastisement you have suffered in the past is mere child's play when compared with what's in store for you now, right?
How?
I will not only see that our local Board of Education receives the...
Must be contagious. Can't seem to hear a single word you're saying. It was over 3 hours ago that the cannon went off, and suddenly I'm stone deaf. Oh well, no sense in worrying about it. I'll just go relax and enjoy the evening.
Next week brings you another Our Miss Brooks show, brought to you by Luster Cream Shampoo for soft, manageable, glamorous, caressable hair, and Colgate Dental Cream to clean your breath while you clean your teeth and help stop tooth decay.
The Beauty Wise Get Bath Size Palmolive Soap for beauty care all over. Yes, for your tub or shower, enjoy the same glorious beauty lather that millions of women have found so wonderful and bringing lovelier complexions in just 14 days. Simply buy the big, thrifty, long-lasting bath size Palmolive. Use it for your Palmolive soap facials. Enjoy its oceans of creamy, beautifying lather in your tub or shower. Say, men love it too. So let the whole family enjoy bath-sized Palmolive. Yes, the Beauty Wise Get Bath-Sized Palmolive soap today.
Be with us again next week at this time for another comedy episode of Our Miss Brooks. Bob Lemon speaking. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
And we're out.